Hey everyone! Welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. When we last left off, we were nearing the end of Kazuma's tragic case. We found out that Miss Pavlova did indeed have a cat, which was adorable, and that apparently Kazuma did not just trip over the cat and like die. You know what I mean? That didn't really make sense to me to begin with, and then we actually found out that wasn't the case. It turns out that Miss Pavlova pushed him because she thought he was going to report her and her cat, and well, I guess, and her identity to his inspector friend, when in reality, Inspector Hosonaga would not have done anything, I don't think, nor would I think Kazuma would have told him. We're at this moment where we're trying to figure out what Kazuma was looking at. I'm pretty sure it was the cabinet, because that's where we're hiding, or we were hiding, I should say, and that's where we are. I think we're about to end this case. It makes me very sad, because I really liked Kazuma, but I guess at least we can do him justice. So I want to say thank you guys so much for your continued support of the series. I hope you're having fun, and let's mourn the loss of our boy. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? The wall! No, obviously the wardrobe.
Take that!
Take that! Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, he won't. What is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Ah! Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment, I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter, to see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at before you frickin' murdered his ass. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Are we gonna arrest her? Miss Pavlova? I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth, although you should have said it from the start! But, unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. You're on my hit list now. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry I can't bring my best friend back, bitch! What have I done? And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. I wonder if we're gonna have a court trial? Was that the court trial? I mean, like, there's been different situations like this in other Ace Attorney games. I don't think any of the main ones. I know in Investigations, it wasn't always a full-on court trial, or ever. I don't remember if we ever went to court, actually. I think it was all investigations. So, I mean, hey, that's cool. I appreciate the change of pace, you know what I mean? I like the courtroom trials and everything, but it's always nice to switch it up. 9th of January, 7:14 p.m., SS Buria, first class cabin passageway. Yes. What will happen to Miss Pavlova? Oh my god. Miss Pavlova! Now then. Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate? I hate that word. Repatriate her? Repatriate? Patriate. Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. If she ran away... Oh no, she ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see. I am sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... Well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Da. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. Can I take Kazuma's place? So, you should get back to your cabin now. My cabin? Where Kazuma died? It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Oh, I thought I was crying. Susato, no! Susato-san? Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. No, don't cry. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over. Just like that. Susato-san. Hug her, Naruhodo! God damn it. He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now... Now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Oh, Inspector. My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. What? And I'm free again now, at least. Huh? Ah ha 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 ha! What the frickle pickle? Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo! What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them. For old time's sake, shall we say? You're a stowaway after all. Ah ha 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 ha! He thinks this is funny? Punch him, punch him, punch him, punch him. Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. Oh, wait, he lost Mr. What do we call him? Dr. Wilson? Was that his name in this one? I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. Yo, I'd love to. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. We're gonna make her go by herself? The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice of both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be. In the light of Mr. Osogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no. I don't care for me, but... Poor Suzato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. Ah, yes, I knew it was him talking. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. Gasp! Me? A lawyer? Wow, no one's gonna be... But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but... But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good amount of... Oh my god, a good amount of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes? I'm a lawyer. Miss Suzato? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? Ah! But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I defended myself last case and I'm not studying law? What the hell was I doing? I'm sorry, in that case I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain. Mr. Naruhodo. That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody can learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I ain't no punk bitch, dude. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if, by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma, he said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. Gasp! He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Suzato? Aww, she's smiling! I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. God bless. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? You said you'd do anything, man. Fascinating. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest. Give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No? Gasp. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. He's a real bro, from the early hours of this morning till this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, why is everyone looking at me? This man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Yeah, Hosonaga. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector, I can hug you. After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector. Party in the USA. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. Good luck, man. Glad to see you haven't coughed up blood in a while. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm gonna try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? Sensei Susato! I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. Oh my god, I love it. And, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Sogi clan for generations. Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it, always. Aww. So then, Miss Susato, seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to crack the whip! And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. No sleep. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. Just throw the book at him. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground. 3 times. What? I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you're in shock. You just found out about me stowing away, and the cabin door was locked from the— No! I won't let you make excuses for me! Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you, and not just once, but 5 times! Ha, that number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must! Just take hold of me and throw me! Do it! Don't even think about it! No, I don't even know how! I never thrown anyone in my life! Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. Such a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I mean, he was hanging on the wall half the time. I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling. Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently it's called the Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw. Her face. Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Oh, don't throw me, please. Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? Yeah! Nice. As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed. That is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no. That was a Susato squash. Am I gonna die from this? SOS. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Kuruma? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. But look at how cool I look with it. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. It can't be parted from my katana. Kuruma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do? I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. Great Britain's capital, London. London. And the end. Bum 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 ba ba dum bum ba. Oh, trophy earned, crash course candidate. Save? Sure. Dang, poor Kazuma. God dang it. He was raising the death flags though, I guess. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Ooh, that sounds spicy. Alright. Start playing from the start? Yeah. Are we gonna be on a train? Is that a train? The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Or it's like a horse carriage.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
It's so weird that it's like Sherlock Holmes, but with Ryunosuke. Oh my god, is that the Hogwarts Express?
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Sorry, I turned the volume up so I could hear the voices. They're like so quiet. Holy crap. I turned it back down. There we go. All right, y'all, like the Sherlock and Watson voice, or sorry, Herlock and Wilson voices were like fine, but then their voices were like whisper, whisper, whisper. All right, 18th February, 9:21 a.m., British Supreme Court Lord Chief Justice's office. What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time. If circumstances were different, we were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. Ah, but Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. Ah, no pressure. I hope I'm up to scratch. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Who it be? Oh my god. He looks like a villain. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. He has like a Pokemon trainer hairstyle. Seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah, yes, thank you. Oh, shit, alright, can I examine? Let's look around. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Oh god, talk to him. London. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, help. I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh. We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technique in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susanoo-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great Exhibition? No. Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Yo, I feel like he's gonna kill someone. I don't know. Lord Chief Justice? I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Sogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news. Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you are Japanese or a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regrets that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo. This is it then. The moment of truth. Don't chicken out, we can do it. Alright, continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, get your shit together! I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I gonna say? If there's someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... me! It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Buria. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain. Not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself. I don't. I think I'm a piece of shit. But I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo, it was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Was Asogi gonna take this guy down? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Alright, real quick, before we go on and see what the hickety heck is going on, I'm gonna call this an episode here before it gets too long, but I'm excited. I don't know anything about this part of the game. Basically, right before the whole cat thing is up to what I knew. After that, I know absolutely nothing, so yay for completely blind. Not that I remembered really any details from that first case, or the second case, it's like completely over my head, but at least from now on, I absolutely have no recollection of anything at all whatsoever, so I'm excited to keep on with that. So anyways, I'm talking too much, but thank you guys so much for watching. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling, and until the next time, lights off, dark out.